All right, folks, I want to talk about the heroic Brawliseum that came out earlier today. Now, I was playing this all day. I've been talking to my community, reading some stuff on Reddit, and there's just a pretty general negative sentiment around the Brawliseum. In fact, even some outrage, perhaps. And I wanted to talk about it because I too think the Brawliseum's a really, really bad deal, and you probably, almost certainly, shouldn't play the Brawliseum. Now, here's the deal. I wasn't expecting to make this video. So this is going to be a little bit off the cuff, not particularly well organized, but I'm just going to talk about the Brawliseum as I see it. So maybe not a lot of great graphics or visuals or data or so on and so forth, but some good takes, I think, nonetheless. So if you don't know the Brawliseum, it's a new Tavern Brawl. We didn't get a normal Tavern Brawl, so everybody lost out on the free pack. That's perhaps problem number one. And the way it functions is it's kind of like Arena. You try to get to 12 wins. And as soon as you lose 3 games, you're out. So, ideally you'd go 12-0, 12-2, functionally the same difference. On average, though, it's going to be 3 wins for 3 losses because every game somebody wins, somebody has to lose, which means the average result is 3. Now, if you're a really, really talented Hearthstone player, I'm talking like professional level, maybe top couple hundred legend leaderboard level, you can probably get to 6, 7, 8 wins average without too much craziness, even though I still think that's pretty darn good because you're going to be playing people who are just as good as you as soon as you get to those high marks. For me as a legend level player, I averaged something like 4 wins today. I barely got over even, which isn't unreasonable thing because, in your 50% expected win rate, you have to be better than the other player. On average, your deck has to be better. You have to hit the right matchups. Going for 4 or 5 wins is not an easy task necessarily. We had a nice 8-win run, but, a couple 2-win runs as well. Sometimes you get bad breaks. Here's the deal. For the math to make any sense at all for the Brawliseum from a reward standpoint, the rewards are super top heavy. There's amazing, insane rewards at 12 wins, and it scales down in a non-linear fashion really hard to where even 6 wins is barely break even. And going 6-3 on constructed Hearthstone is pretty tough. That's a 66% win rate. The average player doesn't have a 66% win rate on ladder. So as you get down to like 4 and 5, which are more reasonably achievable, good win rates, still well north of 50%, your rewards aren't worth it for the 1,000 gold or $10 entry cost. So unless you're just absolutely obscenely good at the game, your rewards are not going to be there. Even if you are pretty good at the game, your rewards probably don't make sense. You could just go buy packs. You don't have to spend all the time. So what does that mean, right? That means a lot of people who are bad at Hearthstone are going to go 0-3 or 1-3 and get almost nothing out of the Brawliseum. The rewards are just abysmal until you get to like 5 or 6 wins. So most people are going to lose out big time when they enter the Brawliseum. Today, in fact, we played some people using things like the Zale deck. It's like they were using Zale, which means they were getting a random really poor deck every time. So they didn't know any better. They either spent $10 or 1,000 gold, functionally the same in Hearthstone. And I'm sure they went 0-3 or maybe won a game or something. But frankly, they gave us a pretty tight game, to be honest. I almost felt bad winning because somebody in chat said it. Every time you beat somebody, that cost them $3.33. Every loss is $3 that you cost somebody. And that's just like insane to think about how expensive that is and how punishing that is to even beat people. So you don't even feel good about winning half the time. So long story short, if you're a casual player, stay 8 miles away from the Brawliseum. You're going to have a terrible time. I don't think it was designed for you necessarily. So I'm not, throwing any shade there. I don't think the Brawliseum was made for casual players. There are some warnings when you load it up and stuff that says it's like for the most hardcore players and, most experienced seasoned players, something like that. I don't know the exact language. So there's some things that are trying to slow you down. There's a big I understand button. That said, obviously a ton of people plowed through anyway, which is unfortunate. But if you're a casual player, stay 8 miles away. Frankly, if you're a legend level player, still stay away. I still don't think the Brawliseum makes sense for you. Just go buy some packs, play on ladder, earn your gold normally. If you're a super high legend player, if you're a streamer, maybe Brawliseum makes sense for you. But that's about it. Almost nobody else should really be playing this. If you're somebody who has a ton of cash laying around and you love the competitive thrill, maybe Brawliseum's for you too. I don't want to stop people from having fun. I just want to issue a warning for most of us. This one just doesn't make sense. So I don't know if that rant made any sense at all. Again, this wasn't prepared. It wasn't well thought out. It was off the cuff. I just wanted to get the word out there that I really don't think you should be playing this mode. Even I didn't have that much fun, and I always have fun playing Hearthstone. So Heroic Brawliseum, probably not for you. Think very, very carefully before spending your gold, before certainly paying any money. And I do think it's unfortunate we didn't get a free Brawliseum run. I think that in some cases it happened in the past. Maybe not with Heroic Brawliseums, I'm not sure. That would be a lot of gold dumped into the system. But, you know, cutting the price in half, giving us some free runs, just scaling it down so it's cheaper with less rewards. All of those, I think, would have made this mode far more accessible and far more enjoyable for the average player. As it stands right now, I just don't think it makes much sense for almost anybody. So again, this is just a warning. Please probably don't play the Heroic Brawliseum. That said, I do want to show you some of the rewards I got playing today. You know, we got a couple 2-win runs and a 4-win run and an 8-win run. So I'll show you some of the rewards here as we open them. You'll probably notice my disappointment in many cases and just like awe at how little we got for how much time and energy and gold it took to get these runs. And I even did buy one run for $10 as well. So, you know, this will give you a little preview of what you can expect at different win rates, because there's a few different examples here across the spread, which is nice, which you'll be disappointed too. So that said, enjoy these openings. All right, we're never playing Pure Paladin again. That sucked. It actually wasn't a bad read. We did predict what we were going to play against pretty well. It just didn't perform. 3 packs for 1,000 gold. Get out of here, Hearthstone. No. No. Unacceptable. No, you can't change cards. No, you lock in your deck. You really shouldn't need to. I mean, if you're well prepared, it just shouldn't matter. There should be no variables that change so much in the course of your run that you'd want to change your deck, right? Couple good goldens at least. That's nice. Looks like we got some gold, right? Which is nice. 71. Okay. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, if it does not show me the totals, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Okay, so we spent 800 gold basically. Let's just average it out to 800. I got 5 packs and 200 dust. So this is kind of like 2 packs. So for $8, I got 7 packs. Not exciting. Not exciting. Not super great. Not a good investment, really, so far. It's a nice golden. Really nice. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, not too bad. I will say that the Hearthstone scam meta definitely feels worse when there's actually, you know, value on the line. Like when you're paying to play, it definitely feels like you're getting... Anytime you have a bad run, it feels so much worse. So much worse. Okay. Okay, I gotta stop playing decks I hate, because we're losing with decks I hate anyway. So we got 10 gold, by the way, for that. I'm gonna have to spend $10 because I'm 20 gold short of another Brawliseum. Unbelievable. I kind of hate this, though. I sort of hate this. Oh, hey, legendary, that's cool. Got some dust at least. Guys, I can't keep spending $10 on this. I'm sorry. I just can't do it, man. I can buy one more for free, I guess. There's 2 problems right now for the spending $10. Number 1 is I don't want to spend $10. Number 2 is I don't have $10. Number 3 is I'm not having fun. I was so excited about this. I was like so excited about the Brawliseum, man. And my strength has just been sapped. It's just nuts to think that for this to even be remotely worth it, you have to have a 70% win rate. Which, again, it's not by any means impossible or anything. It's just, you know, it takes a good run. It's not likely, because everybody's tryharding. And, you know, once you get to higher wins, everybody's good anyway. So it gets harder and harder, right? You get like diminishing likelihood to achieve high wins as you play. What is that win rate? That's pretty good. I mean, 8 out of 11. 72% win rate. I'll take it. Highlander Hunter. Let's see our rewards. This is useless. Don't look at this. I don't know what any of this means. Who knows? So 300 gold. Okay, 9 packs and 300 dust. So equivalent of about 15 packs for $10. Just not. I'm not that pumped, you know. It's not bad. It's not a bad deal. But you like have to work for it. You take on a lot of risk and stress. And it's like, and you know, going 8 and 3 is frankly an achievement, because by the time you get to 8 wins, you're playing against fantastic players, right? Like everybody at 8 wins is going to be a good player. You don't get to 8-3 without being a good player. So best case, well, not best case, you know, really good case scenario, you come away with 15 packs for $10 or, you know, 1,000 gold, whatever, equivalent. You take on a ton of risk. You take on a ton of stress. You spend all day. And it's just not worth it. I feel like the rewards need to be like 3 times higher than this to get me excited. From a purely mathematical standpoint, yes, there's a break even, but from a time, emotion, stress standpoint, there's no way. I don't recommend this to anybody, frankly. I don't think anyone should do this. I think the Brawliseum is bad for pretty much everybody. I mean, you know, maybe if you're exactly Tice, and by that I mean the ultimate combination of streamer and competitive player, maybe like board control, you know, literally one of the best players in the world, and you're getting value out of streaming it, then the Brawliseum's probably for you. But even for me, who gets value out of streaming it and is a pretty solid legend level player, I don't think it makes sense. And you know, I'm already as a streamer who gets money for streaming, I'm already in such a, you know, different class than the average Hearthstone player as far as like value out of this, and I still don't think it's valuable enough. If it's not valuable enough for me, someone whose job is to play Hearthstone, I don't know who's valuable for. I mean, literally Tice. Maybe Tice. Maybe board control. Maybe Firebat. Somebody like that. Even then, though, I don't know. I don't know if their return on investment's high enough streaming. It's just... JP, you say Boar is 9-1, and I don't know that that makes it worth it. That's even my point. Is like, he has every card already. Would he be better off just streaming different content? You know, there's the rewards are useless to most of us streamers. I don't know. It just mathematically, emotionally, it just doesn't make sense. So now that those pack openings are behind us, thanks so much for watching this video. Good luck out there in Hearthstone, not in the Brawliseum, and until next time, game on.